Good evening, everyone. My name is James Oluwole, and I'm excited to have you all joining us again today in our James Oluwole Leadership Masterclass. So excited to have us after more over 3 weeks. That I think the last time we met was the first week of March, and thereafter I had my program at Florida, US, for my Maxwell Leadership certification. And I just want to start by appreciating everyone for your well wishes, your appreciation, and your goodwill message, and everything that you've sent, particularly with and also all the congratulatory messages. I deeply appreciate. Thank you for your kind words. Thank you for your prayers. Thank you for everything. I just want to also use this medium to thank everyone that are joining us for the first time. For the sake of time, we would provide more details about this masterclass, which we hold fortnightly, probably at the end of the section. I want to welcome you all. It's a great time connecting with this family again. And we're having a very interesting topic in this time, which I want to believe would have an impact on everyone. And the topic before us is the journey to financial wealth creation and retention. This is a great topic that I'm so excited that we are having this topic at this time. And I strongly believe that it's going to be an exciting time that we all will have together, even as we dive into it. So for the sake of time, we will be going into the introduction on this subject and also dealing with all that we have to discuss today. Let me start by going into our introduction, understanding the basics of wealth creation. I am so excited to commence our section on financial wealth creation and retention. Why this topic is not new to many of us, there is a need to learn, there is a need to unlearn, and there is a need to relearn on this subject to provide knowledge and actionable steps to genuine wealth creation and retention in our generation. Many of us who can agree to the fact that the need for finance is critical. Finance has a critical role that it plays in our lives on a daily basis. There are actions, there are things that we do that requires money, that requires us to spend money. So this is a exciting subject that impacts everyone, no matter your level, no matter your age, no matter your environment. Financial wealth or financial resources is critical to everyone. And as I said here, I said life is a choice. And the choice of becoming wealthy through the right means and processes is non-negotiable for some of us. Every one of us can become wealthy if we choose to, and we are ready to follow the principles for wealth creation and retention. And I would also want to just encourage and start with that. When we talk about financial wealth, we want us to understand that for you to be rich, for you to be wealthy, you do not need to steal. You do not need to defraud people. You do not need to get into any shady or illegal or unethical behaviors before you become rich. And why this is so interesting is because we want to start changing the narrative. Unfortunately, for many of us within the African region, and also I think it's a global challenge, where people believe that it is those until you do the wrong things before you can earn money, before you can become wealthy. Those that are doing the right things can be rich. To be honest with you, that is a perception that we want to change. And when we say we want to learn, we want to relearn, and we want to unlearn. There are some things that we have learned in the past that is no longer substantial, and we need to unlearn them. And the real truth and the real reality is that financial wealth can be attained through the right means, and we have evidences of those that attain them through the right process. And this is what we're encouraging. There are true riches and wealth that comes through clean means and genuine source. And you can become one of us that is committed to become wealthy and to impact our world with our financial resources. That is all what we wanted. We want to make everyone to understand, and those that will be listening to us even at the later part of the or when we share this on our YouTube channel and other social media channel, that we want you to understand that you can achieve money genuinely. You can make wealth genuinely. And your intention of wealth creation has to be towards impact. Impact is critical. And we can achieve those impact through getting the right process and the right means to making wealth. This is vital. This is critical. You cannot also achieve your full potential in life and to make lasting impact in the lives of people and your family without the need for financial resources. I will please encourage everyone that please follow me on this journey. It's going to be an interesting engagement today and in other series that we'll be having on this subject. I want everyone to connect as we engage on this. It's really going to address some key fundamental parts. We all need money. That's the reality. We all need money. And money plays a vital functions in our lives towards fulfillment of our purpose in life. The plan, we all need money, and money plays vital functions in our lives towards fulfillment of our purpose in life. The plan of God for your life is never to live a life of average and lack. Unfortunately, many are in this situation today. They do not have what it takes to live a life of comfort, let alone to now think of being a blessing to others. That is the situation where many are today. As much as we know that to fulfill life, God has the capacity to make us wealthy, many of us, we are still there. We are still living an average life. Many are still living a life of lack and want. It's always a wish list. It's in their wish list for the last 20 years to be wealthy, and they've never attained wealth. Many continue to struggle. Many continue to think and imagine and dream to become wealthy, but it all remains in their dream. But I want to assure you that there are principles and there are steps that when we take today, practical in this process, that every one of us can be wealthy. Wealth is not meant for few people. Wealth is not meant for selected individuals. There is no one that is on this earth that is a separate gene from the other person. So if people are doing it and getting it through the right means, you and I also have the same capacity to achieve that. Do you also know that there are people with great potentials of becoming leaders and professionals in their medical field, aviation, public sectors, humanitarian services, business gurus, and they never fulfill those things God had destined for them to become in life and to impact their work positively because there is no financial resources to pay for their fees to school. Those lives have been wasted into prostitution, unfortunately. Those lives have been wasted into internet fraud. Those lives have been wasted into drug trafficking. Those lives have been wasted into hoodlums and all other misdirected ventures that they never wish for their lives. Do you also know that your cry to God, your prayers and fasting, your emotions cannot make you become wealthy? With all due respect, I know that many of us, we are religious people, depending on the faith that you believe in, particularly from but no matter what your assumption and your faith in the body of Christ or whatever faith that you believe in, your cry to God cannot make you wealthy. Your prayers, neither is your fasting, can make you wealthy. Your emotion, no matter how you feel about wealth, emotion does not make people wealthy. Nobody through spiritual deliverance becomes wealthy. If you have been deceived all this while, this is an eye-opener. Deliverance spiritually does not make people financially wealthy. And I can challenge you, go get me one. Let me see. If you would like, roll on the floor 100 times. After you stand up, after all the spiritual deliverance and whatever you may call it, you will realize that the same 500 CDs or 500 Naira or 500 meter cash or 500 pounds in your pocket, that is the same money after you've done all the deliverance. That money will not increase except it's through magic, which never lasts. Therefore, stop being religious about your financial situation. Now, am I saying people not to serve God? Please don't misquote me. I am a strong faith person, but I want many of us to have a clarity of understanding that your financial situation is not as a result of your faith. Why faith is critical, but it also has to do with your choice. And all through this engagement, you're going to see that. Prayers is great. Fasting is good. Engagement and serving God is excellent. But it does not make you wealthy. Please understand that. Can you also be honest with yourself and confidently say that you are financially buoyant and sufficient to meet all your needs and wants, including people around you? Let's be honest. Let's ask ourselves this question. Can you confidently today say you are financially buoyant and sufficient? Any of us on this platform and those that will be listening to me, that you have sufficient financial resources to meet all your needs, to meet the needs of your family and including people around you, the life of impact that you have desired for. If I ask some of us now for 5 million in any currency of your location, how many of us can comfortably release a 5 million now? You may have 5 million even in Naira, Nigerian Naira. And with all due respect, you may be deceiving yourself that you are rich, but you are not. And because by the time we convert that your 5 million Naira, or that your 5 million Mete cash, or that your 5 million Ghana cedis into US dollars or British pounds, that is when you will know that you are not there yet in terms of wealth. And we are just behaving like a local champion. I'm sorry, but that's the reality. Because your 5 million in Nigerian Naira, for instance, is less than $4,000. While I was in the US 2 weeks ago, I visited a place in Los Angeles called the Beverly Hills Hotel. The Beverly Hills Hotel in per night hotel rates there, I think is over $2,000. So imagine that the big money of your 5 million is a 2-night stay in an hotel in US. Just to tell you the value of your money. And this, I'm putting all of this in context so that we can understand that we have the capacity to make wealth. And until we have a larger mindset, until we have a bigger goal, we will be assuming that where we are comfortable. I'm sorry, we are not. Let's also consider the following questions. Do you wish your children or anyone you love dearly to be in the current financial level you are living today? Can you be honest with yourself to answer that question? Do you wish your children or anyone you love dearly to be in the current financial level you are living today? What value are you adding to your family today in the areas of finance? What value are you adding to your community? What value are you adding to your church in the areas of finance? What value are you adding in any of your faiths? How many lives can you confidently say you have impacted financially on a consistent manner towards bringing them out of poverty? Can you answer that question with every honesty? And that you are follow suit in impacting people's life until you bring them out of poverty. Many of us, we are still in that state of poverty, let alone I'm bringing others out. As much as you hated poverty and a life of struggle and begging, yet on daily basis, many still see themselves and almost everyone around them in the state of poverty. We may hate poverty, but many still experience poverty daily. Poverty is dangerous and only causes pain and unfulfillment in life. Look, I want to make you uncomfortable. I want everyone listening to me to get angry with your situation. No matter the level you are, there is still a room for improvement. Poverty is dangerous, is a pain, and you must hate it. Poverty has destroyed lives. It has caused marriages to divorce. It has made many people involved in things unimaginable just to get rich with no fulfillment in life. Many people that are dead today, with all due respect, that sickness that made them pass away wouldn't have if there were money to restore them. Somehow, that person in your family member, it is because there is no money to pay the hospital bill at the right time to address that health challenge, and they went. It's not that it's their time. Sometimes people will pass on, will say it's their time. God knows the best. No, it's lack of the financial resources to have addressed it that made people go untimely death. This is why I've decided to deal with this subject at this time. And it is critical to our journey of impact in life. I can guarantee you that if you follow the teaching, which will be in series, because I'm not ready to rush on this subject, I want everyone to understand the rudiments, even as we go into the context and also the principles for wealth creation. But the rudiments are key. The fundamentals are key. But one thing I can guarantee us is that anyone listening and those that will listen to me, if we follow and apply what we are sharing today and many other informations that you may have had access to, within the next 2 years to 5 years, I can guarantee you that you will be amazed how your financial lifestyle will change completely for good. We are not talking gimmicks, but we have to follow through the journey. Everything I will be sharing with you is what I did and what I am still doing under the mentorship of those ahead me in the area of finance. Let's look at quickly the definition of poverty and financial wealth. Now, today I will be dwelling more on the spirit and the mindset of poverty. I want to deal with poverty today because it is a fundamental and the root cause. And I want us to deal with that before we start thinking of wealth creation. So, but before we go into that, let's look at quickly definition of poverty and financial wealth. And I'm going into this. Please permit me. I know we have a very high class individuals here, but we also have very young people, very non-finance and non-economics people amidst us. And I just want to share some of this context. And that's why I'm going towards these basics, bringing in the theoretical part of it. Now, there are different kinds of poverty, but we will look at two types of poverty. There is a type of poverty that is called absolute poverty. Absolute poverty, it says, this refers to a condition where individuals are unable to meet their basic needs, like food, like clothing, and shelter, which is housing. It is often measured by a specific income threshold, such as living on less than $2 a day, as defined by the World Bank. If you are living less than $2 a day, I'm sorry, you are under this category and you are living in what we call absolute poverty. This is as per the definition that is generally acceptable, which is a World Bank definition of poverty, people that are poor. So when countries are assessed, they use these metrics, they use these parameters to assess the poverty metrics and rate across countries, across regions, and all of that. Now, I want you to understand the perspective when we say people are living less than $2 a day. What does it mean? So let me put it in the right context. If your monthly income is less than 70,000 Nigerian naira, if your monthly income is less than 3,000 Mozambican metcash, if your monthly income is less than 700 Ghana cedis, you are poor, according to the World Bank report. And I'm using these three countries because that's where we have a lot of our participants, and I'm giving you this as a context. If anyone is around us that your income is 70,000 and below, 3,000 metcash as Mozambican currency below, 700 Ghana cedis, I'm sorry, you are living in a poor situation and you need to do something about it. And the second definition of poverty is what we call chronic poverty. This refers to condition where individuals or families live in poverty over an extended period, often spanning generations. It highlights the systemic barriers that prevent people from escaping poverty. That's the part for this. It spans generations. It refers to conditions where individuals or families, they live in poverty over an extended period, often spanning generations. It highlights the systemic barriers that prevent people from escaping poverty. So from absolute poverty, what people experience is chronic, and this chronic, it goes from one generation to another. With all due respect, there are many that it has moved from their grandparents, their parents were poor, and today also they are living in the state of poverty. So it has become transgenerational. That's chronic poverty. Now, let's look at what financial wealth is. And I need to rush on this now. Financial wealth refers to the total value of an individual financial asset. So when we say people are financially wealthy, what do we mean? We mean your total value of your assets minus your liability. Your liabilities are your debt. Your assets are either cash or properties or investments. That's what we call financial wealth. It encompasses various forms of assets, including cash, stocks, bond, mutual fund, real estate, treasury bills, money market, whatever you can think of, shares and other investments. Financial wealth represents the net worth of a person with high level of financial capacity and resources. It is a critical measure of economic health and stability, influencing investment potentials, consumption capabilities, and overall financial security. I know some people want to write this down, but please, if you have the time, you can always refer to the recording. Financial wealth represents the net worth of a person with a high level of financial capacity and resources. It is a critical measure of your economic health and your stability, influencing your investment potentials, your consumption capabilities, and overall your financial security. Quickly, let's look at the difference between being rich and being wealthy. And I learned this from my mentor, Dr. Oluwole. Now, because there are high likelihood that people can be rich, but they are not wealthy. What do we mean by that? Being rich is that you have sufficient money with you, but you don't have assets or investment. Anybody, like my mentor would say, can be rich. Even armed robbers, they are rich because they steal money. Anybody, drug traffickers can be rich. Anybody, you can just win a jackpot today. You win a lottery today. Yes, you can be rich, but it's not everybody that is wealthy. So you can be rich and not be wealthy. To have financial wealth, it takes time. And your financial wealth is the combination of cash and your assets and your investment. It is impossible to be financially wealthy and not be rich, but it is highly possible to be rich and not to be financially wealthy. And when we get to the levels of financial wealth, I will provide more details so that we can understand this. At this moment, I would like us to look going through what we call the spirit and the mindset of the poor that leads to the state of poverty. There are different kinds of poverty, but I want to focus on what we call the spirit and the mindset of poverty. When we say the spirit of poverty, what do we mean? I want you to understand, please, life is spiritual. Life is spiritual. And the spiritual things controls the physical. I don't care your faith. I don't care where you are coming from. Please hear me and hear me well. Life is spiritual. If you think life is ordinary, I pity you. The challenges of life are enormous. Life is spiritual. And so there is what we call the spirit of poverty. Poverty is a spirit. If you think it is just my way of life, poverty is a spirit. That is why even in the best of the nations on the earth, we still have poor people. There is nowhere on this earth there are no poor people. There is nowhere on this earth that people don't stay out of, they don't have homes. People still eat from trash bin, including the US, including the Canadians and everywhere that our African people are running towards. There is no one location where you don't see poor people. Because poverty is a spirit. And the high time we understand this, the better for us. There is a spirit behind poverty. Many today make income daily, but they can't account for the money. Why? Because there is a spirit controlling their resources. For some, they struggle to achieve some breakthroughs in life, like building a house, making some huge investment, and out of nowhere, something will just happen and destroy their investment, including any property they own. Why there is a spirit behind it, it is also important we understand and we get to the acknowledgement that we can address that. Sometimes people think life is normal. And as I said, life is not normal. There are times that you want to invest, you want to save. That is when challenge will come. Have you not seen situations where people get, immediately they have some huge amount? That is when one sickness, one calamity will happen in their family. And immediately that money is addressed towards that. Then that, and the money finished, then the sickness ceases. It tells you there is a spirit behind poverty. Take it or leave it, it's your choice. But my engagement to you today is to share knowledge with you so that you can be delivered through knowledge. There are some that your financial level can't go to the next, you can't go to the next level. Because some people have been caged to remain at a certain level. Everything they do, they can only earn $1 million. They cannot surpass $1 million. There are some people who get towards to the level that when you give them a project of 5 million, a project of 2 million, they can execute it excellently. They can execute a project excellently. Just give them 200,000, they will do you a fantastic work. But the same person, recommend the person for a 10 million project, that person will fail abysmally. And you are wondering what happened. The reason is that there is a level that person is. If that resources that is beyond their level enters their hand, they won't know how they will misuse it. That is the situation many are living today. There are some there are some financial levels you can't get to in life except you are in the secret place, which is with God as your source, or you are in the secret court. That's the truth. There are levels you cannot surpass except you are for God or you are the secret court. And that is where the spirit of poverty operates. It is only a relationship with God that can deliver you from this. Take it or leave it. I'm not trying here to preach to you. I'm just sharing knowledge based on facts, based on reality of lives, based on experiences. And I will beg you, please take this as the best gift tonight, that there is a spirit behind poverty. Life is spiritual, and the spiritual controls the physical. There is a spirit of mammon that controls the currency of the earth and put people in real poverty. You are either serving mammon or you are serving God. It's just an option. There is no staying on the fence in the game of life to become wealthy. There is no stay. You can't stay on the fence. It's either you are for God or you are for the other side. The devil knows this. He knows that if you are wealthy, all the children in your village, they will go to school. The devil knows. His agent knows that when you are wealthy, you are going to build hospitals. You are going to impact lives. He knows that those are your dreams. You are passionate to help people. And that is why he won't make you to be wealthy. So that is why there is a spirit that will hinder you, because your desire is that you want to deliver your family. You want to deliver yourself, but it keeps you in a cage. So please understand that the only way to overcome mammon is a relationship with God. Unfortunately, as we go into the mindset of poverty, now we have talked about the spirit of poverty, and I've been able to share knowledge to you on that, how you can deliver yourself from it. Please understand there is a spirit, and you can address that through a relationship with God. Now let's look at the second one, which is the mindset of poverty. Unfortunately, why the church and many other religious organizations understand the spirit of poverty, they do very well. The church understands it. The church addresses it. Other religious organizations, they understand this, they address it, they pray against it, they fast against it. Many of us on this platform, we have prayed and fasted against poverty. But let me be honest with you. As many that have gone through this journey of addressing the spirit of poverty, unfortunately, many have not addressed the mindset of poverty. Because you can still have a good relationship with God, and yet you are still poor. Am I shaking some tables this night? You may still have good relationship with God. Hear me and hear me well. And you still remain in poverty. This is because just dealing with the spirit of poverty only without addressing the mindset of poverty is incomplete and put one in a circle of struggle for life. The mindset of poverty is ignorance. And ignorance is not a spirit, and you cannot cast it out from someone. The mindset of poverty is not ignorance. You can't cast it out. The mindset of poverty, and this is where many religious people, that is where we are stuck. Unfortunately, even our pastors, they are stuck. They preach it, but you can't see it in their life. Every day they tell you, they will pray, you will be financially blessed, but even they themselves, they are still living a life of struggle. Because you cannot cast out the mindset of poverty. It's not a spirit. Prayer and fasting can deliver you from the spirit of poverty. But prayers and fasting cannot deliver you from the mindset of poverty. It's not by prayers. The deliverance from the mindset of poverty is what we call applied knowledge. I am careful selecting my words. It's not just attainment of knowledge, because there are many people that they know what will take them out of poverty, but they still fail to apply it. The solution to the mindset of poverty is an applied knowledge. When I knew that poverty has more to do with mindset, unfortunately, after seeing what my parents went through, I want to share some stories to you today. It changed my life and my perspective, and I became very intentional to renew my poverty mindset towards my financial life. My parents were serving God. My dad was a police officer, and he's one police officer I can confidently defend for life. A police officer with a difference. A police officer with integrity, particularly in the Nigerian context. You know how police are. My dad was working in a particular department so that he will not even get himself involved in other shady things in police, just so that he can stay faithful. That man served God. That man was paying his tithes. He was doing everything. He loved us as his children. My dad, I grew up in secondary school. My dad sent me to the bank to withdraw his salaries. He sent my elder brother to the bank. There is no secret. We know how much he earns. It's an open secret. No, open-ended. Every one of us knows, and he shares it like that. And the money he receives is never enough. That's the lifestyle we went through. Unfortunately, my parents didn't understand the mindset of poverty. They understood the spirit of poverty, but they did not. And I saw us struggling in lives. My parents did everything they can to put us in the best of schools. My mom took up responsibilities, and I have a lot of people here that can attest to the fact. I have one of our mommy here that she understands everything I'm sharing. My mom took responsibility because her husband has shown every level of transparency, and the income cannot attain. And this woman said, no, I will support you, this man, and I'm going to make sure that we give our children the best of life. And as many among my siblings that were ready to go to school, my parents made a decision to do everything they can. But they went through pain in doing that. There are months, there are periods where we don't have Christmas clothes to wear. I could remember a particular month we have been keeping a goat. We nurture goats in our homes then. And this goat, we were keeping it for Christmas. The goat was maturing. We were happy. And 2 days to Christmas, they stole the goat. My dad almost had an hypertension. That day, no Christmas. That Christmas, no Christmas gifts. That's how painful poverty dealt with us. Because my dad wanted to stay and live a life of integrity and a legacy for himself, which he did, and which we are grateful to God today. Now, I am sharing this so that you can understand that I'm not just talking theory. I'm not just talking what I've not passed through. Some of you may just see me today and you think I came from a lucky home. I want you to understand that I am in that same situation that you may be. But I choose today to become who I am and never to look back at who I was. That was the journey. And I'm grateful to God. There were times that my dad had opportunities and there were monies that he got. I think there was an election and they gave them to share to boys. Many among his mates don't share those money. When they give them that money to share among their team, they will cut half of it. Even us at that time, we were telling him, what kind of, this is money they're giving to you. So the man said, no, I learned something and I'm grateful to God today that I learned those things. I'm just sharing this story and he would distribute it. If you go to that division till tomorrow, you ask for Augustine Momo, he would always be remembered. Augustine Oluwole, sorry. Now, I am sharing to you so that you understand the pain. I don't like pap. I don't like maize porridge. They forced me with belt. I would take porridge by force. That's because of poverty. We went through it. But my parents took a decision that we will have the best of life through schools. My parents did not build their house until my dad took his pension. It is the pension money. Do you understand what it means to be in service for more than 35 years and you don't have a house, neither in village, neither in the city where you were working? That's the life we went through. We automatically used the pension money after my dad took out his tithes. He was paying tithes, including his pension money, he paid tithes. Yet, he wasn't rich. And by the grace of God, we built a house. Even we, the children, supported in completing the house, which my parents are living today. And I made a decision that no, apart from a spirit of poverty, there is a mindset of poverty. And I took a decision and I'm going to change that perspective. And when I was in the universities, I started making major decisions. I have some of my colleagues that can attest to it. I started selling shoes. I understood that even though my parents had everything they can within their capacity to sponsor me in school, I told myself that I would want to live a financial independent life. And I started doing shoe business while in the university. I was living a big boy life while in university, an independent life, staying out of campus all through my lives in university. There was a passion in me that I want to change my story. Or when fast forward past university, I told myself that I don't just want to work for salary. I want to work for income. I mean, I was young. I wasn't listening to any motivational speaker. I wasn't listening to anyone. The only person I had access to during my university days, if I'm not mistaken, is Matthew Ashimolowo. And I just got related to that man. I don't know how. And time to time, I listen to his videos on KICC. I think there is this free satellite television there. But within me, even though my environment, my family, everyone, there is a mindset. I took a decision that I want to live a changed life. I want to live a life of difference. I decided the kind of work I wanted because my mindset changed. When I was to do my marriage, I shared that to you all. When I was to do my wedding, it was a culture in my family that you don't do wedding without debt. It's a culture that when you are to get married, you will borrow money. It is the wedding money and you use to settle. I told myself and I told my parents that you will not use money there will not be debt in my wedding. And it happened. Why? A mindset was changed. Even though I didn't have all the knowledge in finance, my mindset changed and I took decision for it. Now, I'm sharing all of this just so that, as I said again, we all can understand as we continue, and I'll be wrapping up very soon, that the mindset of poverty can affect people. It has nothing to do with spiritual lives. God never makes anyone rich or wealthy without your direct involvement. Please listen and hear well. God is a loving God. His desire is for me and you to be wealthy. But God can never make a man wealthy without the man's or the woman's involvement in wealth creation. The responsibility to be wealthy is on you. God only gives you and I the power to get wealth and use it according to his purpose on earth. Poverty mindset leads to habit lifestyle. It leads to habit. It leads to the lifestyle, and it leads to the state of poverty, according to my mentor in one of his books. When poverty mindset is not addressed, it transcends to future generations, which is known as chronic poverty. Many people have a mindset of poverty, and unfortunately, they have remained ignorant of this for a long time and living in deception. That you are literate, please hear me and hear me well, that you are literate and academically sound is not a guarantee to your financial freedom. You may have financial intelligence and even be a chartered accountant, and yet you are not wealthy. Therefore, let's look at quickly the mindset of the poor before we start. We take questions. And I know many people, please, if you have questions, particularly for those on Zoom, kindly start dropping them on the chat box. We'll take questions soon. Let's look at the mindset of the poor. One of the mindset of the poor is that they are ignorant and blinded by religion ideologies. And as I said earlier, ignorance is a spirit. Therefore, you can't cast it out through prayers and fasting. So one of the mindset of people that are poor is that they are ignorant and blind. There is a veil. There is a mindset that has hindered them from getting out of that mindset. Ignorance is a big problem. And many today, including our leaders, our government leaders, they go to all the countries, they see the best things in there, but they cannot do the same in our countries because there is a mindset. The second mindset of the poor is that they always want everything for free and will never want to pay for value. Are you that kind of a person? Everything they want is free. They want free gift, free lunch, free, everything free. Many people, if we have put this as a paid event, many will not join today. Everything they want is free. They will never pay for value. They want benefit and will never prepare to pay for the costs. A poverty mindset. This is why they continue to remain average and will never edge out to financial wealth because they can't pay the price. The price for financial wealth is expensive to them. They will tell you, no, I'm not there yet. Many are not there yet. They are not ready to pay the price because they want everything free. Are you that kind of a person? Another mindset of the poor, they are surrounded by people of the same mindset with no direction and focus. They sit at one location for 5 hours playing game card that add no value to them and sharing stories that never increase their income or grow them towards opportunities. They talk on politics. They talk on football. They talk on general life. They watch football. They argue and go home and sleep to prepare for the next day, and they continue the discussion. This is the kind of lifestyle I saw in the northern part of Ghana, where I lived. I used to live there. Even in Nigeria. Even here also. That's why if you tell me one security man that you know that is wealthy, this is the lifestyle of the security people. Security men at their duty post that should have been a valued time for them to be studying and doing distant learning education. They will use it to be playing draft, gisting, putting radio on the ear. Many people in Tamale, in the northern part of Ghana, that's the life. They come back from work, they have a spot, they will sit, playing draft, playing card. My Ghanaian people can tell you this. 5-10 hours. Sometimes if it's even there, their wife will bring their afternoon food, their night food. It's there, they will eat. Particularly during fasting period, that's where they will break fast. Then by 12 midnight, everybody will disperse, go home. The following day, they meet again. What kind of a life? Mindset of the poor, surrounded by people of the same mindset, no direction, no future, no focus. I was living that life that time too when I was young. We have a spot in Kaduna, Marafa area, where that's where people gather. At a point, I told myself, no, I can't be here. My time is too valuable. Part of the mindset of the poor, they are full of pride and they are not teachable. That's another mindset of the poor. They are full of pride. They are not teachable. They have no interest to learn and seek financial knowledge. All they want is physical money and never interested to understand nor learn how the money is generated. They are never proud. Proud. The mindset of the poor. They are lazy. They are full of pride. Never teachable. They are like a monkey, where a monkey that you put a bunch of banana with to on the table and you drop $10,000. That monkey is banana, the monkey will pick and will not pick the money. Because in the mindset of the monkey, banana is all he needs. The bunch of banana will solve his problem, forgetting the fact that that $10,000 can buy him a plantation of bananas, a hectares of bananas that for the life of the monkey, he will keep eating it. That's how many people are. The things that will help them to grow their financial wealth, they will never go for it. It got to time I beg people to read books. Do you know there are people that still don't even listen to the audio messages that we share? People are lazy. All they want is free gifts. They are never interested to be teachable. Never. With all due respect, I have two of my mommies. They are one of the first people that joined the Zoom platform today. Now, they're in their 60s. By the grace of God, they have achieved all that they would have achieved in their career. Their children are doing well. They are the ones that attended first. They joined early today. And I still have young people here. Some of them still begging for money. Some of them still reaching out to me. They may be watching Manchester and Manchester United now, forgetting the fact that what we have them are some of these, they won't join. Why? Lazy life. Please, I want to awaken your spirit that no matter your prayer and fasting, no matter your speaking in tongues, no matter your relationship with your God, if your mindset don't change, you won't change. Many, another point, they want immediate return and they are not ready to be patient to grow wealth. If it is not now, forget it. They tell you, I'm not ready to stress myself if I cannot get the result within 1 month. So they want to blow up and grow big, but never ready to pay the price for greatness through patience. That's another problem of the mindset of the poor. No patience at all. They want it quick. That's why they fall into different poison schemes. They fall into different things that their money is eating. With all due respect, I have never made an investment that somebody ate my money. Never. Because I am not in a rush. They will tell you that come and drop one, you get 100, and you think it's normal. Because they don't have patience. They don't have it. Another mindset of the poor. They are so stingy. They are so frugal and don't distribute their financial resources to the needy. No, invest even in themselves. That's how bad they are. They don't even invest the money on themselves. They are so stingy with money that they refuse to grow. For 10 years, that university degree is what they have. They have refused to add value to their lives. Nobody benefits from their money. Even their parents don't benefit. They would rather collect. They think they are wise. They think they are smart. They will play smartness on everybody, thinking that they are smart, whereas they are the most foolish people on earth. They remain as a reservoir and never grow to become a flowing river. Are you that kind of a person? All you want is to be a reservoir. Just keep collecting. Keep collecting. Never ready to flow. Money can't go out from you. Example of a story. I have a story here which our real mentor, Dr. Olumide Bishop Oedeko, used to share. That he was in the US and he saw an elephant. He read about an elephant that eats almost 140 pounds, 40 pounds of straw a day on daily basis and excretes 100 pounds. For the elephant to eat 140 pounds of straw, that elephant has to excrete 100 pounds so that he can eat another 140. If he doesn't excrete the 100 and he wants to add another 140, he would die quickly. Many are already dead while living as a result of poverty mindset. Another mindset, I'm really rushing. All their income are spent on liabilities and payment of bills on monthly basis. No savings culture at all. They tell you the money is not even enough to meet my monthly expenses, and now you're asking me to save. That's how many people tell you. I've not even had the money enough. You are not telling me save. Forget saving. Forget. We will make it. Forget it. Many are like that. They spend on liabilities. I was listening to my mentor some time ago, Dr. Olumide Emmanuel. He said he was in the US and he was teaching on savings culture and encouraging people that you can save. And while he was engaging in that seminar some years ago, a white lady kept raising her hand. I think she's a Black American or white lady, I can't remember. She kept raising her hand and he said, what's wrong with this lady? And he gave her the microphone to speak. And she said, oh, you just came from Africa? You're telling us to save? You're telling us this? No. Here, we got to pay our bills. We got to pay our bills. I don't have the money to save. We got to pay our bills. He said, that's why the lady keep saying it. That, oh, I have bills to pay. I have bills to pay. You just come from Africa. You think it's easy. Here we pay bills. Here we pay bills. So we cannot save. We pay bills. Then he asked her. He said, let's assume they have not increased your income. And the government today decide to increase a tariff on electricity and on fuel. Or they increase another tariff, and that tariff will require you to pay additional $100 or $200 in addition to your normal bills that you used to pay. How would you do? She said, oh, yes, if the government increase it, I have to find a way to pay it because I have to pay my bills, He said, okay. He said, now think about it that your savings is a bill that you are paying. So start keeping that $200. Since your mindset is paying bills, see your savings as payment of bills, as payment of liabilities, and start saving money. And the lady now started nodding her head. So, oh, I got it. You got it there. You got it. You are correct. That's how many people are. Mindset of liabilities. Mindset of spending, no saving culture. They are lazy, always blaming government. Another mindset. They blame their parents. They blame their employers. I have every reason to blame my parents, but I would be so stupid to have done that. Because the best they can, they have given to me. The best within their capacity, within their level. My dad, my mom never had an opportunity to go to the university. I had. They sponsor me. And I will not blame them, as many young people are doing today, telling their parents it's their fault. You are not serious. You better wake up. Blaming parents, blaming government, there are some adults up till now, their parents, the pension their parents still get, they still use to feed them. And you are 30 years old in your parents' house, aren't you ashamed? You still call your mom to send you recharge card. Are you not ashamed? You are married? No. No matter the level you are, come on. I am awakening you today that there is a mindset that you must change. Many are never ready to be responsible and to take ownership of their actions. They believe God is selfish and he only makes few people to be rich and wealthy. And those people are just lucky. So they say, oh, forget, he's just lucky. Oh, James is just lucky. I know him. Is he not that James? We know him. We knew when he started, no, that guy is just lucky. It's not that he's doing something. Yes, so we are lucky. It's luck that took us where we are today. That's how the mindset of the poor are. Luck. They think everything is by luck. They think God is selfish. He only bless few people. He doesn't bless others. They think that there is no extra effort that is being made by people to become wealthy. I'm going to stop here for the sake of time. My challenge to us this evening, even as I round up, is that please understand that there is a place for you in wealth creation. But for you to attain wealth, you must deal with the spirit of poverty. You must deal with the mindset of poverty. I can tell you with every assurance, if you address these two fundamentals, check your life. You will be amazed where you will be. Thank you so much. Let's take questions now.
Hi, Mr. James. Good evening. Can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you.
Perfect. Well, first of all, thank you. I came in with a lot of expectation for today's mentorship, and in truth, I was not disappointed. Actually, I was expecting something, but got a whole lot more for it. So, thank you so much for that. It was really loaded. Mr. James, you spoke about two very interesting perspectives, both the spiritual one and the mindset one. And I believe this is a challenge, not only to me, but to many people who might be at the platform, which is the mindset of scarcity. So many of us growing up, unfortunately, came from different backgrounds. Some of us came from families which we did not have enough actually to cover for everything. And at some point, you grow up with lack. So there's this certain type of fear of going back into poverty once you start prospering, meaning that at some point when you start now getting real money, when you come from a poor background, you are afraid of losing that which you're getting. So this ends up making you panic save, which means that you save more money than you actually need and don't invest because you are afraid of taking the risks. So it's just this scarcity mindset where you are always afraid of going broke again or becoming poor again. So how do we deal with that type of mindset, and how do we challenge that mindset and also not losing that how would I say, not losing that guide of taking bad decisions, being cautious, but then again not having a scarcity mindset. Thank you, sir.
Yeah. So, Desire, thank you so much for the question. And I think in the course of this series, I mean, it's a series. In fact, all that I have to share today, I've not even completed it. There is still additional slides that I would have shared. But I will say that in the course of this, we are going to address that question. But let me just say briefly that, please, for every one of us, never be afraid. If you allow fear because you don't want to be, I mean, you don't want to, you've experienced poverty, you don't want to go back to it, and you allow fear or scarcity mentality. No, it shouldn't. Even though I'm trying not to jump the gun, but let me just share that the mindset, if you look at from the mindsets that I share of the poor, there are some critical things I shared in that. And those critical things, if you turn them the other side, that tells you the mindset of the rich. And that is what many of us should start adopting. I'm trying not to go into some other informations that I have, which will be shared in the other part. But please never be afraid. If you have allow fear to also hold you down, that is also another spirit. So never, some people may not have the poverty mindset, but because they are scared never to be poor, that spirit of fear also hold them down. So one thing you must keep thinking about is that you have the capacity to become wealthy. And wealth is created. How is it created? Wealth is created by value addition. Wealth is created by solving problems. Wealth is created by application of knowledge. Wealth is created by personal growth. So when you understand these fundamentals and you continue to apply them, I can assure you, forget about the fear. But in doing all of these things, there are also some discipline culture that we must have put into place, which is the culture of savings, the culture of investment. There is a lot to share, but I can tell you that please don't allow fear to be to be the challenge. Never you allow it. Let your past be a reminder of why you cannot go back, and let it be a motivator. Don't allow your past to be a fear to you, but rather let it motivate you that because of this past, I will change the narrative. One of the decisions I took is that I am going to be a Joseph of my family. I'm not there yet, but I'm almost there, and I'm doing that. By the grace of God, there is no one in my family I have not impacted yet. financially. There is no one. My mom had a routine of payroll on me, and it keeps growing. It has never come down. She doesn't beg for it. I mean, just letting you know that is a discipline that I have built on myself as a result of my past. So I'm not allowing fear. I'm living a very comfortable life by doing what I need to do. And I'm just being conscious of not sharing other things even as we continue. So my plea to everyone is that get the complete dosage of this. This is just fundamentals. We are just at the fundamental level. We've not even started. So once we get the dosage, it will help us. Razak, you have your question on Zoom. So Desire, thank you so much. I hope I addressed that. For Razak, he says, please, as a single, how do I need to start a business? And what kind of business do I need to go into the 21st century? So Razak, I will just answer your question with this. Please know that you don't just go into any business because you want to go into business. And I would not recommend any business for you even in the 21st century, because that is not the approach to go in starting a business. So what will I recommend to you, Razak? And please listen well. And for those, please have two things in you. Where is your area of passion? And two, your passion, your gifts, your talent must be towards problem solving. Where are the problems within the 21st century? What are the problems that people are facing in your community? Razak, I know you are from Ghana. We've chatted already, and I know we discussed about it. Now, look at where you are. What are the problems people are facing where you are? That's a business that you can start immediately. And I'll give you some simple examples. I still know that there are contexts and there are places in the northern part of Ghana that water is a problem. So imagine, Razak, that God helps you and you're able to have a borehole and you are selling water. You are meeting a need. So there is no business I can encourage you to go and start this. No, because starting a business is not the solution. The sustenance and the capacity for you to sustain the business has to do with your resilience. It has to be to your decision. So think about solving problems, not starting a business. Because the income should not be your goal, but the problem should be critical. What do you want to solve? So that should be the goal. I hope I addressed that question, Razak. Is there anyone on WhatsApp that wants to ask question? Emeka, yes, please, you can go with your question. You said you have a question.
Okay. Thank you very much, Mr. James. I really enjoyed this this topic, being my first time here. So I already typed my questions, but let me just ask it anyway. I said, how do I define success beyond financial income? Two questions. So I will take both of them. Then the other one, I said, what would you recommend I do on a daily basis if truly I believe I could not fail? And I want this to be both spiritual and financially. What would you recommend I do on a daily basis if truly I believe I could not fail?
Okay, thank you so much, Emeka. And so how do I define success beyond financial income? Now, when we talk about success and we talk about, so let me first clarify that the subject today, we are looking at it in the context of financial wealth. There are different kinds of wealth. There are different kinds of success. But I am more specific on financial wealth, because many people may attain wealth and may attain success. Sorry, do you mind just mute? Particularly those on Zoom, just kindly mute so that we don't have some echo. Thank you so much. Now, many people may have success as a professor, but they die as poor people. My dad achieved success in his career. He achieved success in serving God, but he died a poor man. He wasn't rich. So I'm addressing this in the context of that you can still achieve success and be financially rich. You know, let me also share this, Emeka, that so Emeka is my university mate, and I'm so happy that he's joining. So we call him Mege. I'm almost saying Mege now, and I'm really, really happy. You know, one thing that helps, you know, I try to do is that I try to get even those that I started life with, because just so that people can know that we are not faking some of these things. So Emeka knows my starting days. Everything I shared today, we were roommates, and we were neighbors in the same compound. We went through the same university. We graduated at the same time. So he understands my story. Now, Emeka, let me also just quickly clarify that sometimes the success we think we are attaining, I'm being very objective with you, and in our mindset, we feel that we have achieved success, but probably that success is below average. Because what would have made you to attain more success would have been the financial resources to have boosted. For instance, let me give an example. Your measure of success, or one's measure of success, may say, oh, I want to become a doctor, and I want to work in an hospital and to treat people medically. Now, that's the objective of that person. And when that person becomes a medical doctor working in an hospital, that person has achieved that success. But imagine if the hospital is shut down as a result of strike. That doctor may not have an opportunity to go to the hospital to treat, because there is a higher authority that has placed a strike that has hindered the doctor to do what he or she had planned to do. Now, imagine if that doctor is financially wealthy and that doctor has his or her hospital. You will see that there is no longer limitation, because the doctor now has his own hospital and can continue to provide service and impact lives more, because the doctor has the capacity to do that, notwithstanding the regulation or the challenges that comes from the government. I'm just giving this as an example, that sometimes what we assume as success might just be average, because everything that will make us to attain maximum success towards significance requires finance. Almost everything. And this is where it is critical. Now, we may have success, as I said, of a relationship, good relationship with God. And yes, heaven is sure for us. But the desire of God is that you are not just heavily conscious, that you are also making an impact and you are representing him as God on earth. So how many people through us are we sponsoring to universities? How many people through us are we impacting lives daily? That's what God wants for us. God wants us to make sustainable impact, consistent impact, you know, on daily basis. That's what he wants. So, and I hope I address that. Then the second question, what would you recommend I do on daily basis if I truly believe I could not fail? So now, if you truly believe you would not fail, one of the things you should do is that please keep growing and investing in yourself. Please, let me beg everyone here, never stop growing. Never stop investing in yourself. That is the secret. The day you stop growing and investing in yourself is a big problem. Never stop growing. Never stop investing in yourself. It could be as a discipline of just reading every day, even if it's a book, whatever, learn something. It might not require finances. Whatever your hand can do, just learn. Keep learning, keep growing. So on daily basis, that you know you won't fail is you keep growing. But please also understand that failure is part of your journey. So I wouldn't want any of us to think that we will not fail. And I don't want us to have a mindset that we don't want to fail. Please, because a mindset that people don't want to fail has made them to be highly risk averse. And they have failed to take steps when they should have taken steps. Please, let's forget failure and focus that even when we fail, we can still move. And there is a book I would recommend for anybody here. Please read the book, Failing Forward by John Maxwell. Failing Forward is a great book. Or sometimes you win, sometimes you lose. The same John Maxwell. I recommend these 2 books to you. Anyone, please. Because let's not have the mindset that let's be focused on the vision and the goals that God has for us. And I'm happy Emeka has asked this question because it's helping me to address some key areas. Let us see it as an opportunity that we can grow and achieve daily by doing things that will help us to achieve without thinking about failure. Let's take the steps. Let's fail in the journey. And as much as we fail, it's part of the school fees of life. I was sharing with one of my mentors today. We were discussing, and I said, there are school fees of life that people pay. When you were in university, you paid school fees. When we were in secondary school, we pay school fees. In life, we pay school fees. And some of those school fees are some of the failures that we went through in life so that it can teach us a lesson. So we will still pay school fees of life. I hope I addressed your question, Emeka. Thank you so much. And there is a question also by Razak Kolan. It says, what are the challenges a salary man or woman can face? And Razak, I don't want you to think about salary that is a challenge a salary man and a woman can think. Let's conclude on this subject. So please follow me through this journey. And please, I will encourage you, listen to this message again. Listen to the mindset of the poor. Listen to it. You are in the northern part of Ghana. One of the weaknesses in Ghana today, particularly in the north, is that people they misuse time. So the challenge that salary people make is that they think they are locked in between 8 o'clock and 4 p.m. or 5 p.m. They think that is all. They have achieved the day. Whereas your 8 o'clock to 5 o'clock is your engagement time as an employee. But the time that you can also generate to add more income and add value to your life is your deployment time. What do you do with your 5 o'clock to 6 a.m. the following day? Many are lazy, and that is where you have many people that sit. That's where they go and hang out. They go and talk to friends. Change a salary mindset. We'll discuss all of this. So what you do with your deployment hours are critical. What you do with your deployment time are critical. How are you utilizing your deployment time? You have your work time. As a salary person, what do you do with your deployment hours? Because it's your own hour. You have control of it. What do you do between the hours of 5 p.m. and 10 p.m. in the night or 11 p.m.? What do you do between the hours of 4 a.m. to 7 a.m. before you go to school? Those things we do will make you or break you in life. Take it or leave it. Secondly, let me also share that don't always think about salary. Think about making impact in any organization you find yourself. Never think about you want to join an organization because of the salary. Think about adding value to the organization. If you go with a salary mindset, you will remain poor. You will not learn. But if you go with a mindset that I'm joining this organization to learn and to add value to them, it will change your perspective. Many of us, we think salary will help us. Please, we will discuss all of that. I'm just trying to limit that. Then, what other question? I think I saw a question from Mr. Eze. He said, is there any formula to savings? 2, are there platforms you can suggest that one can invest on? People are pushing me a lot. Thank you so much, Mr. Eze. It's a great question. So let me address it since the question had come. Now, formula for saving, yes. Now, if you want to achieve financial wealth, please, the minimum you should save monthly, no matter your income, should be, in fact, I'm putting it to you, don't save, the least you should save is 20%. If you don't have the capacity, save 10%. But the least, 20% of your income. See, you can make it. You can, nobody, including me speaking to you. Look, you see, if we check our lives, there are things we can cut off in our lives. Save 20%. Then I will tell you what to do with the 20% of your salary now. And if you want to know the value of that 20%, imagine your income for 1 year. So let's imagine somebody earning $1,000. 20% of $1,000 would give you $12,000 in a year. $12,000 in a year, that is as a net salary. I'm just giving an example. $12,000 in a year, if you save 20%, by the end of 1 year, you are already $2,400 rich. Your own money. If my math is right. So that is the value of saving. So please, the formula is start a disciplined life, limit yourself to 80%. Pay your tithe if you're a Christian, or if you're a other faith person, you pay sadaka or charity or whatever, or you give to the needy. So what you should live on should be 70%. 20% should be untouchable. For some of us, it's up to 50%. It has been our life. And we are still surviving. It's up to 50%. We will get to all of that. Now, what kind of investment you should do? Now, it depends on your context, but there are a lot of investment opportunities. But one thing I will tell you is that never go through investment that you don't know about. So the first thing you must do is to learn the investment. And there are so much of investment that are less risk averse and have greater opportunities. You have investment in treasury bills, investment in bonds, and they have a good rate. I was talking, one of my mentees, he just reached out to me yesterday. He said he's a Nigerian, he's in Ghana. He said he had 4 million naira, that he just did some contribution and they paid him 4 million. He's a business guy, doing business in Ghana. He said, sir, I have 4 million. He kept calling me yesterday morning. He may be listening to me now. I don't want to call his name. And he said, I have 4 million, that I have this bank, Stanbic IBTC. I am thinking of going in. I said, see, go. And he shared again this morning different options of investment, up to 20% return that you can make on your investment. I have one of our person here, I wouldn't want to call the name. She went into an investment last year when we talked about investment. She put her money in mutual fund, and it is the proceeds of that money she bought a sweet, nice car 2 weeks ago or 3 weeks ago. Sweet, not a small car, a lovely car. The person is on this platform. I wouldn't want to mention it. So there are a lot of opportunities that you can do through investment. We will talk about that. So just be mindful of time. I really want us to stay disciplined. I know people have a lot of questions, but I hope I've been able to address some of the questions. Thank you so much. Those on WhatsApp, I know you may have questions, but we're already up to our time, and I want us to respect time. So thank you so much for this engagement. Because we would want to continue on this series, as I said, it's a journey. We are going to have part 1, part 2, probably even part 3 of this. And so therefore, we are going to have another section next week, Sunday, rather than the fortnight. So rather than we meeting, and particularly because the following week after next week is going to be Easter Sunday, I don't want us to meet on that day. So next week, we are meeting again. Please share this to people. Let people know the value of what we are doing. We are not wasting people's time. What you've learned today, Manchester United can give you. Manchester City can give you. The best you will do is you will scream. You will have hypertension. You will go home and fight with your wife or family. You will get dirty. You will sweat. That's all. We are sharing value here to help people. Some of the things I'm learning here, I pay for it. I go through rudiment of learnings. I will share some stories as we are prolonged, but I just want to encourage us. Let's continue. I also have some quick announcements I want to share. Let me go to my last slide. If time would permit me, let me just quickly share that. Now, on my last slide, there is an opportunity for people to attend this program, How to Create Wealth as a Career Person. This is one of the books I read, and it's being organized by Dr. Oluwole Emmanuel, particularly for those in Nigeria, and even not just those in Nigeria, even anywhere, because I will be joining on that. It is 495,000 naira, 495,000 naira, but they have given a discount. And I want everyone to take opportunity of this. Please, this is an opportunity to invest. This is something you can do. So on 1st of May, I have paid this program, I paid for it. Listen, I am a student of Dr. Oluwole Emmanuel. I am under his mentee. I pay hard in dollars to be under his mentee. I have almost all his books. I have listened to, there is no message on YouTube on financial growth and investment that I have not listened to. Yet, I am still going through his lectures. I have registered for this. I'm not making stories. So I'm going to be joining virtually. I won't be attending the live sections. For those that will be in Nigeria, you have an opportunity to attend it, and you even have a buffet lunch. So please, let's invest time. I'm encouraging people. 150,000 is a very small money. It's less than, that's like $100. $100 is a cheap money that some people use to buy lunch, or spend during a week in Ghana or in Mozambique. So please, there is a virtual platform. Let me know if you're interested. These are some of the opportunities that I want people to follow it. And these people are career people that are making billions and millions in their, even as a career people, how to create wealth as a career person. Please, I encourage you. There's also this announcement. As you know, I recently became a certified member of John Maxwell, and I'm also using this opportunity to invite those that will be interested to be a Maxwell leadership member. Look, you will never regret it. Yes, it may be expensive, but the value is beyond the costs. If you're interested to become a Maxwell leadership member, please contact me. The costs, I will share. There is a payment plan for 12 months, and when I refer you, you would also have a discount. And I'm sharing these things to help people so that you understand that there are opportunities, and let's seize them. I want to thank everyone for your time today. I deeply appreciate it. I have so much people joining us from Zoom. Thank you so much. Please, let's continue to stay in touch. Now we're on YouTube. I want to encourage everyone, please go to my YouTube channels. You're going to see a lot of our past videos. And for this particular recording, it will not be sent on audio any longer. We are now going to be sending them on YouTube. So the link will be sent on the WhatsApp platform. If you're interested to join the WhatsApp platform, we have a WhatsApp platform, James Oluwole WhatsApp platform. And that WhatsApp platform is that we share updates, we discuss, we learn, we challenge ourselves. And many people on that platform, if you're interested, just reach out to any of your contacts or reach out to me. We can also bring you on board. Please, let's continue to grow. Let's continue to learn. Let's continue to impact our lives. Don't allow your location to hinder you. Make a decision today that you want to make the change. You have heard my story, and I want you also to start changing perspective, and you can. Thank you so much for joining. I want to deeply appreciate many that have joined, particularly Emeka again, my colleague. I want to thank you for joining. Thank you, and many others that have joined. Thank you. Have a great evening.